Okay, so you guys, he gets over that and continues to rap. You guys start to build up, um, and then the Eminem thing comes together. A few years later. That was what, like 2016, 17?
17. They probably early 17, so it was in the works. 16.
Okay. And Eminem, well, number one, doesn't sign a lot of people. Period.
Right, right.
Not a lot of people go through Shady Records as long as they've been around. Uh, and he had a tendency to fuck with Detroit people, outside of 50 Cent, but a lot of Detroit rappers. But here is a bunch of dudes from Buffalo that Eminem is starting to fuck with. Like, how did that whole thing come together?
Man, really, Wes could tell you more about that because he the one who finessed that situation. But what I do know is that he was talking to Mike and Paul about management, and then you know what I'm saying, and then like kicking it with Paul Rosenberg and Mike, that just ultimately turned into a deal. But it was gonna be something management first, but they talked. I remember he was taking meetings and going back and forth to the city, and that's what it turned into.
Okay, and then Griselda Records signs to Shady Records.
Crazy. I remember when he told me that shit. He didn't tell me. He didn't tell me until it was like about to happen. You feel what I'm saying? He didn't tell me till it was about to happen. Like the ink, I think it was signed. I think that was signed in December of 2016. Yeah, an announcement was made 2017. So he didn't let me know until October. You feel what I'm saying? He knew he couldn't tell me. He knew that would have fucked my head up. You know what I'm saying? I would have, you know what I mean? Like, what? We about to what? So yeah, man, shout out to Buzz. He put that together. Like, niggas don't, like you said, Marshall don't sign niggas. You know what I'm saying? He don't do that to niggas. So he saw something in him. He saw something in West and Conway that made him want to make that move. So
Okay, but you yourself are not signed to Shady. Okay, so it's just Westside, Gunn, and Conway, the two
yeah,
of them are
yep.
signed. Okay, and Griselda Records is like a separate entity.
Yep. Griselda Records is Westside Gun shit, you know what I'm saying? And I'm signed to Griselda Records. That's what I'm through. That's what my shit come through. You know what I'm saying? Like I always say, everybody at Shady is family, but my contract not over there. I'm with Griselda Records.
Okay, so the two of them signed, which automatically raises the whole visibility aspect
Facts.
to insane levels, because really, like, I mean, Eminem, I mean, you could argue who the best rapper is until you're blue in the face, but fan base wise, Eminem probably has the biggest worldwide fan base of any rapper.
Yeah, far as like music, sell for sale, he probably like the most successful rapper. You know what I'm saying? So it's dope. It's dope that, you know what I mean, that we get to be a part of that. And that's what we want people to see through us, man. It's the people who not saying who stamp us, because we don't need to be stamped, but it's the people who putting their neck out to say like, yo, these them niggas. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got to do is just pay attention to those dudes. Everybody you know, love, and respect from the golden era of hip hop will tell you that.
So the deal comes together, and you're part of the crew that signs with Eminem. And at one point, you actually get to meet Eminem.
Right.
How's that like?
It's crazy, man. It's fucking M. I met him at the BT cipher when he was kicking that shit about Donald Trump. You know what I'm saying? I got the spit. I spit in that cipher too. You know what I mean? Took some pictures and shit, chopped it up with him for a while, and you know what I mean? Just gauge. I'm like, damn, this M right here. You know what I mean? I be looking for niggas to talk when I be around them, because I be trying to steal game. You know what I mean? If they talking, it ain't stealing. I be trying to get game from niggas, but I'm like, damn, this M. It felt like a point. It felt like it made me feel like things are moving along. You know what I mean? Shit's happening. This Eminem right here.
Absolutely, absolutely. So the deal happens, and you start dropping shit, I guess, through Empire.
Yeah. My Tana Talk 3 came out through Empire. That was my first album, but I was dropping mixtapes. My First Brick, Butcher on Steroids, Stabbed and Shot, a Friend of Ours. All of that leading up to the album, you know what I'm saying? I did Tana Talk 3 with Empire.
Okay, and is is Westside Gunn and Conway, they're dropping projects too, but are they through Shady Records or are they independent kind of like?
Man, independent kinda. You know what I'm saying? Like we still run this like an independent label. You know what I mean? Our first Shady release is coming out. It's coming out on Shady Interscope. It's called What Would Shin Gun Do? Named after my brother who passed. But we haven't yet to drop a major release, and we just cooking. You know what I'm saying? They got a relationship with the label where they respect that. We just cooking it and getting the fans up and getting and getting the awareness up. You know what I'm saying?
No, I think that's amazing because you don't hear that situation happen very often. When you sign with a label, usually at that point, all the music you release is through that label. They own the masters. They control it. They set the direction, XYZ.
Right,
but
right.
Eminem being the lyricist and kind of lover of hip hop that he is, I think he kind of realized, let these dudes do their own thing, and then once they continue to build up, we'll drop the big release through Shady. But allowing you guys to do what you do is actually, I've never even heard of this shit. Like,
well, it's different. You know what I'm saying? It's different. Like to me, a crew like us haven't came around in a while. You know what I'm saying? Or if we do, the sound is different. A crew like us with this sound that started in the streets and that automatically like ballooned in to what it's on its way to and what it is today. Like you said, I think M got a certain respect for that, and he know what it takes. He know what Wes and them doing is not hurting nothing. Is ultimately helping because they just getting their buzz up for the big release. It's simple, really.